The following is produced by 5 Star Productions USA, which is solely responsible for its editorial content.
We'll do anything to hide thinning hair, but with the development of a new non-prescription solution, we may be able to finally show off a healthy head of hair. Snack foods like prunes have a number of health benefits, so it's easy to see why more people are including them in their diet. Are you? Every day we come in contact with chemicals in our homes. While many accept what they're offered, others are becoming chemical-free through virtual meetings. Sexual activity can often be quite painful for a woman with a tilted uterus. This condition used to require invasive surgery, that is, until uplift was developed. An alternative heat treatment to fight cancer is now available, but how does it compare to traditional method? All these topics next on Today's Health. This program is brought to you in part by Universal Biologics, California Prune Board, One Family, Inlet Medical, and BSD Medical Corporation.
Feeling well, looking good, thinking clearly. They're all signs of a healthy body and emotional well-being. But it doesn't happen by accident. It takes a conscious effort to do the right things to maintain good health. Hello, I'm Faith Daniels, and this is Today's Health. For many people, putting their best face forward includes having a full head of hair. But some men and women are faced with hair that's thinning or not growing at all. But there are several advances that may help people stop their hair loss and sometimes even begin to grow it back.
To men and women alike, feeling attractive includes a full head of hair. But for millions of people, baldness and thinning hair can be a devastating challenge. In many cases, hair loss and thinning hair is a hereditary condition called androgenetic alopecia. This condition affects nearly as many women as it does men. Although women do not typically lose as much hair as men or become bald, the emotional impact of thinning hair can be much more devastating.
Well, I was brushing my hair one day, and I happened to notice that there was a lot of hair on my brush, and I had just cleaned my brush the night before, so it was really scary. I went through about 10 different types of mousse in order to fluff my hair up and get it away from the scalp so that it looked like I had more hair. And I had to get a mirror put in the back of my wall in my bathroom so that I could make sure that I was covering those specific areas up.
In hereditary hair loss, it's believed that DHT is responsible for the progressive thinning of hair. DHT is present in the hair follicle as well as present in the circulating blood, and it can be influenced by certain medications.
DHT disrupts the growth cycle of hair, causing the hair not to grow to full maturity. Thus, only thin baby hair is produced, only to fall out in a substantially shortened growth cycle. For years, there have been toupees, hair extensions, wigs, and volumizing products to help people hide the fact that their hair is thinning. But recently, there have been efficacious, documented advances in treatments that have been clinically proven to help men and women stop hair loss and even begin to grow hair. Although there are well-recognized medications marketed to treat hair loss, many people are concerned about the potential side effects. Women are especially warned and restricted in their use. Non-prescription, non-systemic botanical solutions have also been developed, like the clinically tested, proven effective and safe HairPrime, researched and developed by the scientific team at the labs of Universal Biologics. It is important to identify a product that has been truly clinically tested on people by reputable professionals from verifiable and recognized institutions. HairPrime, for instance, has been published in a recognized peer-reviewed journal revealing a placebo-controlled, double-blind clinical study conducted by a board-certified dermatologist and clinical professor at the Department of Dermatology of a major university in California. Results of the 48-week study indicated 90% success with subjects treated, averaging a total increase in hair count of 77%, and a total increase of full-grown mature hair of 169%. To take control of your hair loss, you should consult a dermatologist to determine the exact cause. Do research on the information you're relying on and understand that even the best and real treatments may take months to work, as such is the time nature set up for human hair growth. It's up to you to empower yourself to find the proper solution for your thinning hair. So log on to hairprime.com, because the sooner you take control of your hair loss, the better your chances are of keeping what you've got.
Researchers are pushing the limits of advanced technology in a search for solutions to prevent heart disease and cancer. But some keys to prevention don't need to be so complicated. The right diet could actually be a very important factor in preventing serious disease.
In the United States, heart disease and cancer top the list of leading causes of death. We all have some risk for these diseases, but by simply eating the proper diet, we may be able to improve our odds. Many nutritionists recommend that a low-fat, low-cholesterol diet rich in fruits and vegetables can be a key element in lowering the risk for heart disease and some cancers. But not all low-fat, low-cholesterol diets are the same. The specific foods selected within that diet can enhance the overall health benefits. Recently, the Center for Aging at Tufts University examined the benefits of antioxidants because they may slow the aging process and lower the risk of age-related diseases. The Tufts team has developed a way to assure the total antioxidant power of foods, and preliminary research indicates that prunes tested highest in antioxidant capacity among the fruits and vegetables tested.
Antioxidants can help us by neutralizing what we call free radicals. Free radicals are unattached molecules of oxygen that can just run rampant through our body, causing oxidative damage. Antioxidants work against these free radicals. They gobble them up and sort of take them out of commission so they can't do damage in our body.
If you select fruits like prunes that are higher in fiber, vitamins, and with more antioxidant power, you can often help your diet work harder for you and possibly prevent serious diseases like heart disease, some cancers, and osteoporosis.
Prunes provide potassium for heart health. They have no dietary cholesterol, they're low in fat, they're low in sodium, they have lots of vitamins and minerals, and today consumers are looking for foods that can actually do something for them.
I think I've started paying attention the last 5 years on my diet. When I hit 40, I started paying attention to what I ate more. So I've done a lot of reading, and I realized that if you eat a poor diet, you can get cancer, get high blood pressure, high cholesterol levels, which can lead to heart disease. So at that point, I started paying attention to what I ate.
Many of us may be very conscientious about what we eat in our meals, but do we always use the same concern when we decide to snack? If we plan to snack and select the right foods, eating between meals or snacking while on the run can improve an already healthy diet.
Are you a snacker? For many people, a candy bar, milkshake, or a bag of chips are a common way to hold their appetite at bay between meals. But snacks don't have to be a dietary disaster. In fact, healthy snacks can improve the benefits of a proper diet.
Before, I used to eat a lot of junk food. I used to snack nonstop on all the wrong foods, candy, potato chips. Now that I'm eating prunes, I don't have that desire to have junk food and candy anymore like I used to, because that satisfies my sweet tooth.
Even if you have a sweet tooth, substituting healthy, chewy snack foods like prunes for junk food can still be very satisfying. Innovative recipes, like some offered by the California Prune Board, suggest replacing butter and oil with prune puree in snacks like brownies and banana bread. This can slash the fat without sacrificing taste.
For snacking, prunes are perfect. I think that many times snacks have a bad image because they're so commonly of low nutrient value. And it's very easy to substitute a high quality nutritious food for a lower quality food.
Thank you very much. You want to help me make a salad?
Going back before I started eating healthy,
I do believe that the snacks that I ate were not helping my diet at all. Large salt intake, high calorie intake. I wasn't eating the proper snacks, where my nutritionist now has got me on a guideline of eating fruits and vegetables. Fruits, vegetables, prunes, they really were helpful in giving me lots of energy, and it was more of a natural substance for my body to digest.
You can include them in a blenderized drink. You can include them in a fruit salad, a side dish with rice or pasta.
I like to have cereal, cold cereal, and then you just chop up a few prunes and sprinkle it on, and it's a nice, nutritious breakfast. Years ago, when I was eating poorly, no, I never ever thought of eating anything nutritious. Junk food was what I loved. I'd take a candy bar over fruit any day of the week. Now that I have changed my dietary habits, I'm so happy because I feel a lot better, and I'm glad I've changed my diet.
Eating the proper diet can help you avoid serious disease. And if you enhance it with healthy snacks, you can make what you eat work even harder for you. Combined with the right amount of exercise, your diet can help you maintain good health and possibly live longer.
They can be found under our sinks and in our drinking water. Chemicals. What's being done to reduce our exposure, and how is the internet involved? Physically, it can be painful. Emotionally, it can be devastating. For women who have a retroverted or tilted uterus, sex can be anything but pleasurable. Fortunately, a new procedure is helping many women become intimate again, free of pain. These topics, next.
One of the biggest enemies to good health is pollution. We can be exposed to toxins from the air, water, and land. But pollution doesn't have to take such a major toll on our health. There are many alternatives that can help us reduce unhealthy chemical exposure.
Most of us have heard the saying, united we stand, divided we fall. But how many of us have ever considered that concept in terms of our health?
We live in a world where our food, water, and ordinary household products can expose everyone in our households to dangerous chemical overload. According to a Consumer Digest special report, some 30 million Americans were served by water systems that violated one or more public health standards.
I think the only way for people to take control of this problem in their lives is to do it themselves.
Many individuals taking control of their health and wellness have not only involved their families in the effort, but have reached out to friends and virtual online communities. Websites like this one, developed by one family, can offer positive solutions and provide information about people-friendly products and create a virtual meeting place for individuals who are looking for help, guidance, and support.
By people bonding together in a community, it gives them the strength. It also gives a larger knowledge base. If you've got 10 people out there learning about things, it's easy to have one person come back and share that with the group. What we've done combining that with the internet is allowing people to reach out not only in their local community, but all across the world.
There are some very interesting and important studies to show that people who are alone and under stress do not do very well. Their immune systems do not function properly, and therefore they become very prone to disease and even death.
Now we know how to save the environment, I think, but now I think it's the next step for me. It's suddenly, gee, this is environmentally safe on the packaging, whatever, right. But then you read it and it's, my God, it's poison to me.
What makes me feel particularly comfortable about One Family is that I've realized that I'm not alone in my concerns. I'm not alone in my thinking. I'm not alone in my fear about some of the things that are out there.
People can only take so much chemical exposure. There's 1,000 new chemicals that come out every day in personal care and household care products. The government can't possibly monitor all of them. It really needs for people to be responsible and take the responsibility themselves to share that information with other people and make informed choices.
The challenge to detoxify homes, drink healthier water, and supplement nutrition can be difficult alone. But when supported by family, friends, and community, the quest for wellness can be much easier. Maybe if we help each other improve our health, we can all share in the benefits of wellness and a healthier planet.
Benefits versus risks. There are always things to consider when deciding whether surgery is a preferable option. For women who have a retroverted uterus, surgery is often necessary. But now there are less invasive surgical procedures that offer more benefits and less risk.
Are there times when you feel very alone? For about 2 million women suffering from dyspareunia, this is a common feeling. Dyspareunia is pain during sexual intercourse, often due to a retroverted uterus. The sensitivity of the subject and isolation of feeling abnormal prevents many women from seeking help for this condition.
Dyspareunia is a condition that is not only physically painful, but the psychological impact can be emotionally devastating.
The key to solving the problem of pain during intercourse is to first recognize that it's not normal, and it's not anything personal. It's not somebody that wants to just avoid having intercourse, and they're using this as a condition to do that.
When pain during sexual intercourse was occurring, I knew it shouldn't hurt the way that it did. I knew that there was a problem. After going through a couple of doctors, I finally found a doctor who diagnosed me with a tipped uterus.
In many cases, pain during intercourse, dyspareunia, pain during menstruation, dysmenorrhea can be caused by a physical situation where the uterus is retroverted or tipped backwards. It used to be that this condition required major open surgery. However, now minimally invasive procedures like the uplift laparoscopic procedure developed by Dr. James Carter can reposition a retroverted uterus to its natural position and reduce or eliminate pain in a 12-minute outpatient procedure.
Patients come in the day of surgery, they'll go home the day of surgery, they'll be on usually some mild analgesic for the first day or so, and can resume normal activities as soon as they feel like it.
In your situation, the uterus is in a more retroflex position. And so unfortunately, during deep penetration here, the uterus is getting trapped, traumatized.
Undergoing the uplift procedure was very much like my first surgery for endometriosis. They did a laparoscopy, and the recovery time was very easy.
The procedure can allow somebody to resume normal sexual relations without pain and still be able to have pregnancies.
I think that women need to open up to their doctors. I mean, they've gone to the doctor to get help. And if you're not open with your doctor and telling your doctor all of your symptoms, then you're not likely to get the kind of help that you're looking for.
There are good solutions to dyspareunia and dysmenorrhea. The first step starts with the courage to discuss it and seek help from a health professional.
Of all the challenges facing medical science, the battle against cancer is one of the most complex and baffling. Although more people are surviving some cancers today, the disease is still claiming far too many lives, and the survival rates for many tumors are still low. New therapies are being tested to help improve survival rates.
Breast cancer, prostate cancer, lung cancer. There are many different types of cancers, and according to the Centers for Disease Control, they add up to the second leading cause of death in the United States.
In most cases, cancer begins with the growth of a malignant tumor. It usually starts to form in one local area, but then can spread or metastasize into other organs and glands throughout the body. The key to surviving cancer is to either eliminate the tumor or stop the growth of that malignant tissue before it can spread.
When you're given the news that you have cancer, it's a feeling that no one can know unless you've been there. It feels like you've been kicked in the stomach.
Surgery, chemotherapy, and radiation have been the most effective weapons to date in battling cancer. But another alternative, called hyperthermia, can also help improve survivability on its own, as well as help increase the effectiveness of other treatments.
Hyper means above, thermia means temperature. So what you're doing is you're raising the normal body temperature of 37 degrees centigrade to enhance the effect of radiation primarily, but we use it a lot with chemotherapy too.
After I was diagnosed and I was sent to my surgeon, he thought that I was a prime candidate to try the pre-op treatment, which involved the chemotherapy and the radiation. And he sent me to Dr. Stroop. And Dr. Stroop is the doctor that introduced me to hyperthermia.
What I want to advocate or talk to you about today is the use of a new kind of treatment called hyperthermia.
After he explained it to me, and he showed me the machine and told me exactly what was going to happen, I decided that I needed all the help I could get, so to speak.
Hyperthermia trials consistently across the board are showing a 20 to 30% improvement on the type of results we had before, and that is such a big improvement.
We know for sure that if you add hyperthermia to radiation to patients with cervix cancer, that you get better results in terms of the tumor disappears and patients have a better chance to get cured.
For example, head and neck cancers, they can be very well treated with hyperthermia. Breast cancers, some pelvic cancers like prostate cancer and gynecologic cancers, these are the sites that can be treated very well with hyperthermia.
When it comes to cancer, any treatment that impairs tumor growth or helps existing therapies work more effectively gives us another reason to have hope.
The struggle against cancer requires our best and brightest innovations. Hypothermia is another powerful treatment that gives us one more weapon against the second leading cause of death in America. This promising therapy uses focused heat, and the result may be widespread hope.
The power of hypothermia is that it has a high potential to increase the effect of current conventional techniques such as radiotherapy or chemotherapy. And besides enhancing the effect, it has no toxicity, so it does not harm you as a patient.
Hyperthermia is a process of focusing enough heat on a tumor to either kill it or damage it severely. But how much heat is needed to do this? And how can it be localized so that it doesn't damage other parts of the body?
When you treat a cancer patient using hyperthermia, you must be able to focus the radio frequency or microwave-generated heat into a very specific region.
You look at the body in sections, like we do with CT scans or MRI scans, and you can study three-dimensionally the tumor in the normal tissue. And then you do planning, you do mock computerized setups of heating and look at heating patterns in those patients. And that gives you an ability to plan your heating, deposit and steer that heating exactly where you want it.
The treatment of cancer using hyperthermia relies on advanced equipment like the BSG-2000 developed by BSG Medical Corporation. The BSG-2000 can precisely deliver heat treatments into the malignant region without harming healthy tissues.
The treatment lasted about 6 weeks, 5 to 6 weeks, coupled with radiation and chemotherapy. And they all three ended at the same time. And then I had to wait a couple of weeks after that, and I was re-examined and to determine if the tumor had shrunk, and it had. Then I waited about a couple of months and was re-examined, and they could not find the tumor.
It is not an expensive treatment to use compared to some of the types of chemotherapy or surgery and irradiation. And most importantly, it actually produces excellent benefits to the patient.
I think for anyone battling cancer, new treatments offer a lot of hope. And I tried hyperthermia, and I think anyone else should, because it really worked. The last checkup that I had with my oncologist, he said, I hate to use the word cured with a cancer patient, but with you, I will use that word.
When it comes to something as precious as our health, we really can't afford to take chances. If you should notice something unusual or different about your body or the way you feel, it's always a good idea to check with a health professional. I'm Faith Daniels. For more information about any topic we covered on this program, log on to our website at vstar.com. And join us again next time as we get right to the heart of matters concerning your life on Today's Health.
This has been a presentation of 5 Star Productions USA, which is solely responsible for its editorial content.